She always tells me to smile and put on a happy face.
All I have are negative thoughts.
When I was a little boy, everyone laughed at me. Well, no one's laughing now.
Well, if you say so, kid, you know, Joker it is. It's good.
Thanks, Murray.
I'm just trying to make people laugh.
There's no punchline.
My life is nothing but a comedy.
Fuck yourself with a rubber hose. Stuff it in your mouth and down your throat. Up your nose or in your hiney hole. I don't care where it goes. And it don't matter if you're straight or gay. You should fuck yourself anyway. Now, you don't have to listen to a word I say, but if I know you, you'll be humping away.
Just my power side. What are we looking at? Looking at Radiant Haze from Toppling Goliath. It is an IPA with Citra, Mosaic, Strata hops. And it weighs in, it better be at least 7%. Mellow out as you bask in the radiant haze of Citra, Mosaic, and Strata hops. Open your third eye and follow this hazy IPA on a tropical trip with notes of orange and mango. It's an unfiltered beer, which chunks of finger are normal. Made up that last part. Yes. Look like there's a little schmutz there at the bottom. Oh, is it going to go over? I heard somewhere if you stick your dick in it, it makes the bubbles go down. The client told me. I don't even know if I even want to believe him. Yes. And I'm also on a health kick. I'm drinking some skim milk with ice cubes. Okay, might not be. Okay, let's see. What can we declare today? Oh, yeah. Still not tired of winning. You know, here's a weird thing. I don't know if I mentioned this the other day or not, but the influx of retards known as liberal Democrats showing up in my TikTok feed, and I already know how some of you feel about that, but for me, let's see, Timcast, TikTok, Sticks, but I don't know if he's in jail again, or when was the last time he had something pop? Now that I think about it, I don't remember seeing anything under the what's new from him. Big Jeff, Muzzle Blast Monday. What did I see something earlier today? He was reviewing the an Arkin Optics. Personally speaking, for the bang for the buck, the next time I personally buy a scope, I'm gonna get an Arkin, and actually, it's probably gonna be a 1:6 for the KS47. I want to put something on there to let that thing reach out and touch something a little bit a little bit farther away. No, that's okay. Now I'm sorry. Now I'm curious as to. Well, that's weird. Nothing's showing up on my my ad-free. Thought I was subbed to him on here. Maybe he's not putting shit up on YouTube anymore. I mean, YouTube is gay as fuck and woke, as I say, and I'm here on WokeTube. Oh yeah, I tell you, all I've been getting is liberals saying, let's see, I didn't even taste it yet. Liberals saying that you guys, I hope you're happy for what you voted for. You know, when those tariffs go into effect, everything's going to be more expensive. Hey, guess what, fuck dicks? The last time that Trump threatened tariffs, they basically said, "Oh no! What is it that you want? We'll do it." Like right now, he's saying to Canada and Mexico, 25% tariffs if you don't stop the drugs and the fucking illegals from coming in. So evidently there's this big push to get a whole bunch of them across before he takes office. But liberals seem like they want it both ways. The other one's going, Trump said as soon as he was elected, he was going to stop the war. And I was like, I left a comment on this guy's thing. I go, has he been elected yet? I thought that was sometime in January. I must be missing something. Please enlighten me, you libtard block. Every time I run across a liberal thing, I just go straight on the block so I never see this shit again. I don't have time for fucking retards. The amount of, we're the uninformed. Yeah, I'm sorry. Not sick of being right. Conspiracy theories. And here we go. Hey, guess what? I probably have to speak in code on this one, but a report just came out. And it's not go ahead and look it up if you don't believe me. A report by that got certified or whatever to be truthful in medicine, and it's a rundown on how many people got the you know what, and dropped unalived, or had something happen within the first day, the first week, or the first month. And it's a big number. Yet, whenever I brought it up, Eric, you're just a conspiracy theorist. Oh, it's all going to turn out to be all okay. You just wait and see. Oh, gosh, here's what I can tell you. Everybody I know that didn't get the you-know-what, they aren't disappointed. Everybody that I know that did is a little fucking worried right now. And unfortunately, two of them that I personally know are having some issues. One of them runs marathons, and all of a sudden is having a pitter-patter problem. Yeah, she didn't want to, but was basically in the same scenario as Christine was. Either you do it, or you're fired. Well, as we all know which direction Christine went. 21 years. I truly hope somewhere in here there's a fucking class action lawsuit against Essentia Health for mandating that you either get something that's not even what they say it was, that there was no clinical anything, or you're fired. places like that, I wouldn't mind seeing getting sued out of existence. The beer's good. Oh, I mean my skim milk. So I've been busy today. I was not able to go to my, for the sake of argument, I would call it my client's job. But in truthfulness, obviously, it's my friend Ricky. I prefer to call him Rick, but his dad is Rick, and he is Rick Jr., so when they're both in the same room, it's Rick and Ricky, but when the old man's not around, it's Rick. He called or texted late last night and said, "So sorry, I sincerely, I feel shitty about this, but we've got a whole bunch of people that ended up being here tonight, and I was supposed to be there putting quarter round on the whole first floor." It's enough of a challenge on this particular job. Imagine an episode of Hoarders, and there's some poor bastard that's supposed to put quarter round trim all the way around the entire house. Good luck. So I decided to take advantage of that. I think I already had shit in the gasoline for Vivian, but I dumped a bunch of sea foam in and fired her up. It was 19 degrees. She wasn't real happy with me, but fired right up and died 4 times and then stayed running. And I let her run for about 20 minutes to get all the way up to full temperature, making sure all 4 of her carburetors were gargling some seafoam gasoline, and shut her down. And I moved all my sanding equipment out of the way. Now I have room to bring in the 3 items that are in Mike's garage, but he got home sooner than I had planned, and he was blocking the door, and I'm like, I'll get that stuff. So I did some cleaning and organizing, and got the cover over Vivian and everything. All the stuff that I don't think I have to touch until next year back by her. Because I want, I hate it when you go out of your way to make sure that your classic car or your motorcycle is clean and covered. And then people, it's like when it's covered, it seems like if you bump into it with a steel bar, that cover was magical, and there's no damage to the bike. So I tried to, like the I have a Ego lawnmower, and that stands up, so that was there. And the big garbage can that we use for leaf collection, that was the next thing. So I kind of made a barricade around her, and then the next 2 items that are coming back from Mike's garage will go in there. Then all my sanding equipment, and then right by the garage door will be the snowblower, which according to the almanac will get plenty of use this year. Yeah, just walk down those stairs dressed like that, sweetie. I'll watch. Okay, here we go. Pissing off both the crazy Scotsman. Fuck you, Scotsman. You useless prick. And he seems to get his way if I make him mad. I think he goes out of his way to contradict my grandfather if I lose something. Let's just hide this on him for a while. Well, that's not funny. Cheers to her. Cheers to you. Cheers to a Tuesday. Oh, sorry. Yeah, smells like everything I said that was on the can. This is pro level shit. Once again, that mosaic is in there. And on the initial taste, I'm just like, oh God, that mosaic hop is just like, boom, baby. $5, well, $20. personal favorite. I'd like to see her with dark hair. I mean, trust me. If I really go into panic mode, I'll just turn the lights off in the room. I mean, she definitely isn't a put a bag over. Don't get me wrong right there. She's... Those eyes, though. It's almost like they see right through you. Again, pictures of her in my book range from an 8 up to... Well, Brad has shared some stuff where I don't know what happened. She had a wardrobe malfunction, or I don't know. Someone started snapping pictures before she got dressed. Oh, yes. I guess you can't see it at all. The handgun, which has been an on-duty gun. They have to have it because it resembles something from a Bond movie, even though his was a 9mm, and said Walther on it instead of Smith & Wesson and Walther, the SW99. I love this thing. The last time I was bitching about how poorly it shot, I brought it to the range with me and actually did pretty good with it. This whole stress trigger thing just kind of like, why? I mean, I'm honestly hesitant to do that when there's a live round in it, because just in case that one time it won't be a stress trigger. But yeah, it's I guess maybe if you're law enforcement, yes, and you do this, you go, oh, maybe I shouldn't shoot this guy. Yeah, what the hell I am. That kind of thing. It's also nice because it has there's only two guns in my entire collection that have second strike capabilities, and that's what I like about this and the Taurus. My little if I'm gonna I would say it's the EDC gun. It's only the EDC gun when I'm in a scenario where people don't like at first over at Ricky and his wife, because I know I don't give a fuck what Ricky thinks, and he's the same with me. We've always been kind of opposites politically. We still bounce stuff off each other, and both of us just go, it's not like, oh, fuck Eric. But his wife is really liberal and doesn't like guns. So for a while I would, wear the Taurus, and then I came to the conclusion that I just didn't fucking care. You're not the one paying me, so deal with it. I still respect, Actually, I don't think she'll ever not be a libtard. That reset is wicked on this one. But so that's the show gun. I put the Springfield back in the safe and went back to I know J-Dog can go fuck himself, but since it came back from getting fixed by Jay, I'm assuming that it's gonna, I know it'll, no matter what happens, I know it's good for one round. Oh, did I forget that one in there yesterday? Huh. So where's the one that's supposed to be in here then? It's okay. I might be able to find some more 10mm around here. So Sharky, if someone kicked in the front door last night, I guess I would have gone, hey, can you see it? Get the fuck out of here. I personally just love everything about this. Of course, I'm always worried I'm going to drag it across something and put a scratch in it, but I don't even remember what the fuck I did. There was a bunch of scratches. I think they came from the gun next to it in the safe touching it. But I don't remember what the hell I did. If it was a piece of... I don't know. I remember there being some light scratches in it, but it's perfect again. I just, the serrations, the Meeper light sights on this thing. I mean, the FN has Trigicon vials in it, but boy, they're like small vials. You can almost see these with all of the fucking lights on down here. That is how bright these are. I mean, if you wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and glance over at the side, because I always keep it like this, because if I have to, I'm reaching for the phone with one hand. And hey, here's a PSA. When you get out to the range, make sure that you always take some time to practice with your weak side. I believe I did a video on this years ago. But you don't know what could possibly happen. And seeing as how I sleep on this side of the bed and my nightstand's right here, I leave it like this. So if I roll over and drop my hand on it, I'm dropping my hand on the weak side, and then grabbing my phone if I have to. But if Christine's there, I just, when the security company says, "Do you need us to call the police?" and I say, "Tell her if you hear a gunshot in the next 10 seconds, the answer is yes. Otherwise, no." So yeah, No, I absolutely love this 1911 and the walking around gun. The FN has been doing the night duty because it has a light on it and the laser on it, and if you've ever personally had any experience with the T6B rounds, even though the ones that are in there have been in there for 3 or 4 years now. They used to go through body armor. Why in the hell did you have to tell me that, Sharky? Or Smile Money? I mean, the last... how bad it hurt when Jay said, go ahead and do the test with the T6Bs and I'll replace them for you. That's when Zeus sent me the bulletproof vest that was supposed to stop 5.7. Well, if you're new to hear this story, I know Jeremy's not, and he's shut the fuck up. Fuck you, Jeremy. Love you. See you in a couple days. The T6B went through, and I shot it with all sorts of shit that day, but I started out strong. Normally, people I normally see on these videos, people start off with like a 22 Magnum and the 9mm, and then they work their way all the way up so that, they can see exactly when it fails. I didn't want to shoot it with anything, because if I shot it with a 9mm or the 44 Magnum, and then I shot it with the T6B, and they go, "Whoa, you jeopardize the integrity of the vest by shooting with all that other shit first." So I went straight on to, I put the vest there, I put a 5-pound block of clay behind it, and a 2x4 like wall behind all of that. Shot it. It went through the vest, through the clay like a goddamn freight train. I mean, I could almost put my fist through the frickin' hole that it left, through the wooden structure that I had behind all of that, and literally probably stopped when it hit Zeus's house in Texas. So, I tell you though, if I ever win the lottery, Jay from Elite Ammunition, I have FN 5.7 T6Bs. I also have 556 T6Bs, or the copper ones, which I think are even nastier. And God, how wicked would it be to have 308 T6Bs, and as long as I'm standing here dreaming, because it's obviously it's bigger, but it 0.284, a 7 Psalm T6B, so that you could go through a bulletproof vest at 1,000 yards. Gotta change that before I go back up, before I take her back upstairs. Yeah. Okay. Hoplift. Rich says, late, cheers clubbers, was eating dinner. It's not a fucking excuse. What the fuck happened there? Love you, Rich. J-Dog says, first, actually being first this time. Still a prick. J-Dog says, at home before work. Bad says, greetings, Captain. Greetings, Bad. Then he says, I agree, it's worse when you are over the hill. Yeah. Jolson says, I don't need any cowbell. I am much more mature now and don't need to have little things in life like a dinghy thingy. Cheapo Gun Guy says, how about a horse bell instead? What, they don't make a horse bell? I guess we'll just have to settle for... And Mr. 27 says, make a horse bell. Okay, I have a horse bell. I just got done making it. Are you ready? Oh, here they come. Mike says, cheers, bro. Cheers, Mike. Then he says, haven't had this beer since last year. Smile Money. Noodles? You don't need no stinking noodles. You must have found some noodles in your bulk supplies. No, in the cupboard. Okay, so I text her and I go, oh, we got a box of noodles. And she goes, are they expired? And I go, they're a fucking noodle. She says something like, settle down, rocket boy, or something. It's a fucking noodle. Who gives a shit? I mean, we've already been through this, right, Mr. Solar? Something like a pasta noodle. If it says it expires, which, by the way, this did, 2027, it's good for like 5 more years. I mean, John had this whole thing. You know, it says it expires when you can still safely eat it. Ah, damn. I'm sure the boobs are fake, but gosh, she's just like the one. Maybe she isn't even a blonde. I don't know. I'd have to get in the outfield to find out. But I mean, she's like the one non-redhead. Hold! I'm holding. Boom! I win. I mean, other than, I'm trying to think, and I took one out. If I had to, I still probably could, but the rule of thumb on the girls here is they're not all for me, but could you look at them and maintain an erection? I go with the answer was yes, so they made the Who's she supposed to be? Tinkerbell? Or Throbbing Hood? Art Rogue 4150. Congratulations to everyone that voted Trump. Thank you, Art Rogue. Smile Money. Island Lake trip, I can't believe. Good luck, sir. Well, okay, Google. What's the forecast for this coming Saturday?
Saturday in Duluth, it'll be mostly cloudy, with a high of 21 and a low of 15.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Hey, Google. Who am I?
Your name is Eric.
That's right. Love you. What? You're not going to say it back? Bitch. It's like fucking McLean. Useless. Okay. Smile Money, unfortunately, this shit ain't gonna go down, but I've been looking through, the rifles, deciding what's where and how. There used to be 3 things right here, and there's no camera. I mean, you've already set the alarm system off by the time you got to here. But, there was a few things. Actually, a couple of them were, one was Northern, I don't even know. One's Northern Storage for sure. Little something, kind of looks like 312. And the other one is an M&P. I don't know, it's like the fucking ugliest 5.56 in the collection, but hey, it's a 5.56. It's still, it's still something. If you gotta hand something out to a neighbor, that's the one that goes, because it'll fire. At least I think it is. I've never actually shot it. It smells like Teen Spirit. And the other one was a gun that I was watching for a convicted felon who couldn't have them, and then turned into a backstabbing cunt. And I guess I'm waiting to see if the day comes where he even has the balls to ask for it back, because I'm going to present a list to him. I mean, the chances of him actually watching this are probably kind of small, but, bitch, I purchased the company. That whole, you ain't ever gonna work for JR, the thing again. I bought the company, and you walked away with a bunch of shit that belongs to me. Like Christine says, is it really worth it? Well, no. But if the day comes and he says, hey, where's my Ruger? I'm going to say, hey, where's my fucking $300 power cord for the drum sander? Or what happened to my brand new Bostitch floor stapler? Sorry, I had to air my dirty laundry, but it was just one of those things where you kind of hope the piece of shit is watching. But I don't know, one of those deals where, you've been nothing but who you are, sincere, a friend, would march into hell for somebody, only to find out that you were nothing, you were an asset. Asset this. So, yeah, at this point in time, it's like, yeah. I'm actually thinking about taking it out of, it's sitting in the, I'm the one that built the thing in the first place and then sold it to him. but it's in an ATI chassis, and I would really like to throw that in a Boyd stock. Yes. Hold on this. I mean, there's a 1 in 8,000 that the next one could be the other dream redhead, but right now, redhead with blue eyes and chesticles. See? What did I say? I mean, again, little MILF action, little rockin' the boat, but still. Here's a brave move. Pass. I pulled these out, Smile Money, and I'm not going to get an opportunity because if I actually want to, take you up on your challenge, I mean, if nothing else, you cannot fault me on the fact, passing again, but she is better than the last one, and we've already seen her in another picture. You can fault me all you want, but by the time I was in Maine when the cameras showed up, but I think I was in Maine for 2 weeks when the cameras showed up, and those cameras showed up over 2 months or more. I'd have to go back and look at the original dates, and I mean, you would already know too because you followed this, I think, even more seriously than me. But my 1,000-yard cameras, and in case I didn't mention it, I told them that I want to put a steel plate to protect the camera, and they said that, you know, if you're not out to 1,000 yards, you probably won't have a problem doing that at all. But you do have the warranty. Yeah, but if I shoot the fucking camera, my day's done. With my luck, it'd be the first shot. So I do have a plate that was built for me specifically for the other camera system that I was told I was going to get. And then the company went, so I'm not getting the camera? Is that what you're saying? So yeah, I do have a steel plate that I can set in front of the camera, and you know, it's not bulletproof. I mean, if I wanted to, I've got plenty of freaking extra plates. I could surround the thing in steel plates. But you know, if you set it at an angle, I know at 300 yards and out, it's not gonna go through. I also think it's pretty cool. The ballistic software that I use, there was a legal thing, and the Horus reticle that is in, technically it's in all 3 of my good scopes, but it's really in 2 of them. It's in the scope that's on the Mosin Nagant, and the Horus reticle is in the US Optics ER25 that's on the JP. And my software, my ballistic software, you put in the scope that you have, and it brings up the list. And if Jesus Christ, the database that he has for his ballistic software is off the fucking chart. But well, I don't know if that would be worth the trip. Someone interested in the buffer that I have. Sturlock Pro is the software that I use. if it's that symbol right there. So like if I have the psalm and I tell it I'm going to be shooting at 1,000 yards, and I hit calculate, and it shows where I need to be if I just shoot it via the reticle. Basically down off of it. Otherwise, if you back out, it tells you all of your stuff. Like for me, it would be 125 clicks. The the US Optics ER25, I have a max of 110 clicks. So if I really was going to be shooting at that kind of distance, it'd probably be good to get, and I can't remember that small titties, but she's a redhead with blue eyes. John Huber, you put your scope on it, and it gives you, I don't know how many minutes of elevation, but you're looking at another $300 just for that base. So you'd probably have to compromise in here somewhere. Maybe max out the. Oh, here you can do something. The other cool thing about the software is if I maxed out the scope or maxed out my settings, so I got 110 clicks. That would be right there. And that changes my shot to right there. Which coincidentally, no, that's the JP. The JP at 300 yards is that shot. But I messaged him this morning, and he got back to me immediately. Oh, I guess that's weird. The 7 Psalm and the JP are basically the exact same hold for. And again, if you okay, I can go here. I'm changing the rifle. I'll change it over to the JP. 300 yards, no wind, no angle, blah blah blah. Calculate. So at 300 yards, the JP and the Psalm are basically shooting the same thing. 14 clicks. 14 clicks up. 15 inches. 4.9 MOA, and MRAD is 1.4. But I just thought it was really awesome that he got right back to me. For the JP, because of a legal dispute with the Horus reticle, he's not able to show any scope that has it. But he gave me, in the case of this, he gave me a very, very close match on another scope. And when I put that in there, it's close to the way the Horus reticle looks. It was on a Night Force scope. But that software has proven itself. When I had all of the guys that did the cold bore shot with the Mosin at 500 and whatever yards we were, 550, everybody, was it 5 guys? 6 guys. 5 out of 6 guys cold bored the steel plate with the Mosin, using, I had the software. I have to put the Mosin back in there because this has been like 3 phones later, which means I'm gonna have to use that I have to remember that, use that Night Force scope again for the Mosin. But I'm looking at it and I go, this is the view that you want through the scope. We're shooting through a column of trees. There's no wind, so it's a straight shot. I want to say it was 2 1/4. Oof, damn it. 2 1/4 down. Squeeze the trigger. That was so cool to hear as the bullets cutting the air. Ting! It was like, what, 2.5 seconds to reach the target from McLean. If she just got done running a marathon, McLean would eat that ass. Yeah, actually I moved that from there to right there. Rich says, cheers all. Did I already read that? It just didn't. Cheers, Rich. Smart money. No one took your automatic weapons from you. That law was what, 1934? But in fact, you can still own one. You also have an automatic BB gun. Fuck right I do. Bitches. No. Just because something happened and out of the blue it was taken away. Yeah, it was something we don't have that we should. Our founding fathers said we should have it. Damn it, Jim. Hey, but it's a suppressed BB gun. Mm-hmm. Hey, Sharky. This looks like 30 cal. Interesting fun fact. This adapter is left-hand thread. If you know what I mean. After I get done using that, I'll just have Hillary Clinton come over here and bleach it for me. You mean like bleach? I've had a couple people now tell me, do not waste your money on an SBR, or sorry, on a suppressor right now. Wait and see what happens under Trump. That's unless you talk to Poco, and everybody that Trump's team is going to consist of is anti-everything. Smile money. Maybe you just need to show the cowbell. Jolson did not say more ringing of the cowbell. Miss 27, you, Jolson, is a prophet of the cowbell. And as it is written, ring thy cowbell until the end. Smarmani says back to him, he has rung and not a single cow has come home. A single cow has ever come home. Good point. Why fucking bother? Bad. I've never had a Samuel Adams that I really fell in love with. Some are good, most are just okay. That's my 2 cents. Mr. 27 sums it up, and I have to agree by saying they are drinkable. So I agree with both of you. For some reason, her chest is not big. I'm going to hold. And she has to keep the glasses on. we're moments away from getting in trouble. Dan says, Matt gonna grill up Thanksgiving dinner? Oh, yeah, I think I fucked that up. I'm holding on this one. Miss 27 says, or maybe a deep fried turkey. I have never tried that, and I have never had that. Wade, I agree with you. That being said, I was asked if you are searching your home with your weapon light, an intruder would shoot behind the light. Smart Money says, I'm staying at the top of the stairs and let them come up if possible. The police have already been called as well. Well, I still go back to, I hope that Simply Safe goes in the same direction that Vivint did. I have the house. I mean, I can still turn the Vivint system on. It just doesn't notify anybody. I probably should. If there is an alarm, it automatically turns on all my living room lights. So I really don't have to worry about it. All I have to do is, if I had to, I could literally lay down at the top of the stairs and look through the railings, and if there's the front door's open, the front door's damaged, there's someone in the living room. Like I said, the one for me that was the most intimidating was the time that our alarm went off, and it was a motion sensor in the basement, and my basement stairs had open. The stairs were open. So someone could have been behind the stairs, and as I started coming down the stairs, grab my legs and trip me. Which, that particular night, I opened the door, turned on all the lights, and said, if you're in the basement, identify yourself right now, because you're 2 seconds away from taking a 45 round to the fucking head. No, I heard nobody say anything. I heard no noise, and I think I jumped from the top, and I think I hit halfway down, and then I hit the floor, because from standing at the top of the stairs, I can see 75% of my basement at that house. And like I said, I leapt, and then I leapt again, and I turned, and that was good. This was 14 years ago? So it's probably why my back feels the way it does today. 14 years ago, and as I hit the floor, I was aiming back towards that side of the basement. Nobody was there. None of the windows were damaged. Don't know why the alarm went off. I asked Sandy, our security guy at the time, if a big-ass fucking spider could have walked across the sensor and set it off, and he said no. So evidently it was ghosts. So, back to this, which I keep, doing what I'm supposed to do, sort of. When the date comes, these are the two that I want. I would prefer maybe me and somebody that I know that usually shoots better than me, i.e., giving credit where credit is due, Jeremy. Jeremy's responsible for most of my high-end shit was all cited in by Jeremy, and then I shot it afterwards and shot some of the best groupings that I had ever done out of it. So I would like a day where maybe me and Jeremy and Josh, we could maybe go to Island Lake or Wisconsin, and these are the two that I want to know. This is kind of the JP and the JP Killer scenario. This rifle is consisting of all high-end parts. If you had to build this rifle, you're talking about spending some money. Now, having said that, this one still has some decent money in it. For starters, they are both running the highest end triggers. The Eclipse. Both of these are the ones that you can adjust your trigger pull, and they're both set at their softest setting, adjustable shoes. So overall, if you get to learn one trigger, they're both exactly the same. It's just that this guy is the Palmetto State with the 24-inch barrel, and this is the DRG Manufacturing. Supposedly their best barrel, their brake. The tanker brake. This is all Stephen Bush. He said, "You should try this," and I can't even remember if we even shot this since this has been on here. Well, it was sighted in. It does have GSR on it. But these are the two that I'd like to see. More high-end parts, obviously a better scope, but this is still a strong scope. The only issue on this one is that the parallax is on the end of the scope, and not a knob on the side of the scope. It's the Crossfire 2. Smart money. Gun carry reciprocity is something that I think should be a priority. Second item, suppressors. Noise complaints at shooting ranges and hearing damage are a problem. Smart money, you sound exactly like why over in England. I remember Stripey. He's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you Americans? You know, you're so afraid that what people are going to do what with a suppressor. For fuck's sakes, have these douchebags, or cunts," I think that was one of his favorite words, that you're fucking cunts in your government. What, do they all just watch too many fucking movies and they think it goes... No, it brings the level down that is, I can't even say not gonna damage your hearing. In some scenarios, you still want to wear ear protection even when you're running suppressed. But God, Stripey used to get so... Yeah, I want to hold this. He used to get so pissed off. He's just like, over here, you can go to the goddamn hardware store and buy a suppressor for my rifle. It's a kinder, gentler thing to do when you're shooting on your property, not to bother your neighbors. That's really nice too. I was glad for the hold, but I want to hold again. So yeah, it would be nice if they changed that. You know, it's all about a fucking power grab. It's always about the goddamn money. Interesting question, though, to anybody out there that still with us at fucking hour. If you could only have one of the two of these, would you rather have suppressors or would you rather have full auto? I pause for effect. I would rather have a suppressor than have something that was full auto. I mean, Smile Money, I can agree on some of our conversations. Full auto, waste a bunch of ammo. It isn't necessarily a thing. With these triggers, or with another one that I have, I can fire as fast as full auto, especially with one. And, yeah, okay. I mean, if you're like trying to lay down some fire so that a bunch of people can move from there over to there, yeah, I get it. But I can do that with this. Now I can't make a gun, at least a large caliber, that quiet. A small caliber I can. It just doesn't last very long. So I would much prefer having a suppressor than I would a full auto. If I had to compromise, I say fuck you and bullshit to having to compromise, but full auto would be what I would give up to have suppressed. Multi-gunman Mr. T. Bomey was trying to say at the beginning that I pity the fool and doesn't drink whiskey, and I will destroy any man that tries to take my whiskey. I missed where I went on the last one, but this is a hold all night long. Sub-comments, Mr. 27, you get a 357, and you get a 357, and you get a 357, and you too. Everyone gets a 357. Multi-gunman says, I approve of this message. And Mr. 27 says, winning. Back to him. Happy where I was, and I'm moving on to the next one. Mrs. Pre-Dawn, stop with the fucking cowbell, Jolson, you prick. It's so fucking annoying, you teetotaling slut. Mr. 27 says anti-cowbell is a sin. No, I have to agree with Mrs. Pre-Dawn. That's nice and all, but I'm moving on to the next one. I don't want to seem like I'm anti-cowbell because there's fucking cowbells everywhere. There'll be none for Jolson to find. If I have to, I'll take the big fucking mallet and I'll mash that bitch straight. I prefer train whistle. Nice, but moving on. $10mm headshot T6B. Oh, god damn, do I feel better. I'm gonna have some skim milk. She's having skim milk. Mind your own business, fucker. Cheapo gun guy. Man starts over again every day. In spite of all he knows, against all he knows, now I'll start over with this. McLean says, finally you take me seriously. Fuck. You believe that? Poco says, sup? Nice, but passing. Jolson. In general, there's around 7,000 grains per pound of powder. So when you're trying to figure out how many rounds you can reload with a pound, you can look at your formula and do the math. Well, obviously, I very much would like to take you up on your... she reminds me of somebody. Moving on. Take you up on your offer with the 7 Psalm. I have the dies. I will try to find brass. I guess I'd have to look at the shits in here. We'll talk. But yes, right now I have 100 rounds, because each of those cases holds 50 rounds. So I have 100 rounds of 7 Psalm, specifically made for that gun for ballistics. So holding. I mean, I really do want to hang on to the rifle. I mean, I was very happy when I went on a search and found so much. I mean, I haven't tried looking for brass in almost 8 or 10 months, almost a year now. So maybe it's not $120 for 100 pieces of brass. Cobra says, "Hey, Cobra." Mr. 27 says 28th, unacceptable. Then he says, intro, Mr. T. Brew Bomi, nice. Then he says, intro, nice looking brew jugs. Yes, I think they're natural. Then he says, multi 357 man here. How many cowbells does it take to get to the bottom of a whiskey bottle? Then he says, 803, is that supposed to be a clown lady? .801, 802. I don't know. It's a blonde with red dye in her hair, wearing a black outfit. I'm at 814, 15, 16. I don't know. Maybe you were 716, 728. Yeah, I don't know. Then he says, no naked salty man. Weird. Then he says, who cares about chicken or the egg? The real important question is, who came first? Brew Bomi, salty man, or multi 357 man? I'm not sure I can even speculate. Okay. Once again, I got out of sync with all things. I like where this is going, but I'm passing. Sharky says, cheers all, nice bottle opener, matches the first brew, babe, here we go. Then he says, weather over here is mental. Last Friday we had icy roads, hailstorms, and freezing rain. Over the weekend it was sunny in the mid-60s. And then now... I like her attitude. Obviously, she's talking to liberals. Pass. I mean, I would normally hold, but I'm just Yeah, we get it. Over the weekend, it was sunny, mid-60s, and now we have a massive rain and storm blowing force 8 to 9 cool, huh? No. Nice, but she's a blonde. The goods are there. I'm going to admire for a moment here, but still I'm passing. Last, SH, poor doggy, have to deal with Bacardi. That was Dax. And I took that picture, sent it to Christine. That the end picture, for everybody that made it 1 minute into the brew review, which you're still not hearing me say this, that was my beloved Dax. She made it from, I think we got her whatever the minimum weeks were, and she made it to 14 plus years. Yeah, I don't know if I missed or not, but that she was a hold, which, sorry, wasn't fast enough. But anybody that knows me knows that last one, she's a hold, because I put her somewhere around a 14 or a 15 on the scale of 1 to 10. Still not bad. I'm going to gamble and pass, even though those are some wicked blue eyes, and yeah, holding, hold-a-rooney, hold-a-matic. Bet she loves that horseback ride. You know what I mean? So, where do I put Radiant Haze? Fake as hell. Probably still tastes pretty good though. Well, I tell you, even though it's got that the mosaic in there, it's still not bad. I don't know where I've rated some of the rest of these. Yeah, that is a hold all day long. I would give this an 8. Radiant Haze. I don't know why, but I want to say between the two of these, if it came down to it, I feel that I could probably shoot a tighter group with this guy. I'm gonna have to put this in my software, and maybe even this if it's in there. I don't know. I think it'd be real close though. This is a much more expensive scope, but this is still a very, very nice scope. And combined with the rest of the setup, I think it'd be interesting. Get Island Lake, the cameras, 300 yards on paper, left, right, a nice calm day where the only real variable in the whole scenario is the rifle, because I was a shooter, maybe Jolson was a shooter, and Jeremy was a shooter. That would be fun. Obviously, approaching single digits on Saturday, that probably, no, I'm not even going to bother. Going to the club. I like her a lot, but I'm passing. strangely. Wow. First in was Smile Money saying, "Cheers, clubbers." Then Jolson says, "We need more cowbell." Kind of going to be a chip shot. It's 27. Welcome to the club of the Brew Bomy Brew Co. Club Time Show. Yep, I'm here for the cowbell reparations and brew babes, brew jugs, and maybe a beer. Bad says, "Howdy clubbers, what's the captain doing for Thanksgiving?" Well, that would be Jeremy, Caitlin, and Jolson, me, and Christine. Lasagna. Not sure what's going to happen on Friday. Maybe a Friday is nicer than Saturday. Either Friday or Saturday, we're going out to Island Lake to go shooting. Gonna have to bundle up, make sure you're wearing some warm everything, and I personally want to bring the Kimber, and maybe the 5.7. I really have not pulled the trigger on that in years. Bring that, and of course I'm going to shoot up all my T6Bs. Bad, a pre-Thanksgiving joke for the captain. Why did the turkey join the band? Because it had the drumsticks. Hold. Bad says, how about a little music from that meditation bowl? Okay. Too hard. I don't know if you could hear it as well over here, but we can try. if Jolson can go fucking full ballistic on the cowbell, I can do it on the meditation. And Rich says, cheers, clubbers. Cheers, Rich. Again, 14 or a 15 on a scale of 1 to 10. And she's a hockey goalie. Ah, imagine all the people that have tried to put one in her net and failed. Okay. Probably see you guys tomorrow. Sorry it was so long. That's what McLean said. Upon further review of the films, Salty actually said, "I pity the fool who ain't naked." Or who's not naked, or who wants to be naked, or who wants to see her naked.